This second, I just want to get it queued up. So again, just as a reminder, when the person's talking, try to mute your mic or make no noise at all, because the slightest background noise or whatever will make the dynamic view go crazy and wonky, and then it would think like two people talking at the same time.
All right. You got it.
All right, cool.
Okay, USC.
This motherfucker real.
Shut up,
I
bro.
should get that clip and put it over your camera. And put it over your camera. So every time when you talk, you'll be like, okay, USA.
Yo, that dude, why his face look like that? Unbelievable.
Oh my god.
Yo,
dude.
he had a big forehead, yo.
Yo, he looked like he got beat up real bad and he was just swollen. Like, what the heck?
All right,
Okay,
so,
USC.
you know what was real fucked up? The last podcast that we was gonna do, I was gonna put that picture up that someone did with you. They had like some futuristic version with you with shades on or whatnot.
What the heck, me?
Yeah.
Oh, that was the one I put. He talking about the TV3.
Yo, that's messed up, yo. I'm tight. Yo,
Yeah, Nelson, I put that picture. Yo, he looked just like him, Billy Blanks.
Yo, they're like, yo, what's up, Staff Sergeant TC 2000? I'm like, what the hell does that mean, TC 2000? Yo, he wasn't even holding that MP5 right, yo, or whatever that was.
But you had them same exact shades, though, yo.
No, that was Army issue. What?
Everyone check your Skype messages. Everyone check your Skype messages. I have something to show you.
Oh, word? Oh, yeah, of course Noob is gonna laugh. Of course he's gonna laugh. Ew. Yeah, yo, alright.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yo, I messed up. That was like my first week in Afghanistan, yo. I was bored.
You look like you're stoned almost. Look
Thank
at that
God
face.
I didn't show the stream, because that would have blew up.
I'll show the stream. Fuck that.
Ew.
See, I can take my camera off like that, and hey, look, there's Alex.
Oh my god.
That's messed up. All right, I ain't even mad at you. I ain't even mad at you. Ew.
Yo, it kicked me out. And why does Noob have that koala bear?
My girl started my Skype and gave me that picture by default, yo. Talking about it looked like me.
Yo, that koala, Noob, you know what I'm about to say, right?
You got a good waxing job then, Jesus.
Noob, that koala bear's like, hello.
All right, so looking at the stream chat.
Yo, why he looking at me like that? Yo, I can't watch
that.
that.
These guys apart in this Doom. What the heck?
What's up, El Dragon? Thank you for joining us.
8 o'clock.
Appreciate it. You know,
All right,
always
so
looking for new audience members.
We're about to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What up, New Game in Order? This is what the heck? I'm confused. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway,
It's a natural state of affairs, Alex. Don't worry about it.
I know. But we are back, coming at you with our E3 wrap up. We're gonna be doing it in several segments. So Nelson's going to be leading the Sony portion of it, but just wanted to see how everybody was doing. You know, so going around the table real quick, on your knees, opening remarks.
So I got two quick ones for you. Very happy that Hulk Hogan is going ahead with suing, Gawker. Whether he wins or loses, Gawker will be destroyed because they'll lose their insurance in either way. It's the lawsuit regarding Gawker not taking down his sex video. So that's currently going in action right now. So hopefully Hulk Hogan will do the patented leg drop and win a bunch of money for himself and shut down Gawker.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
All right. So, brother Noob, welcome back. I know you've been taking care of stuff with life, so intro for us, please.
Yes, what's up? It's good to be back. Been real busy, starting a new career in real estate. I'm in the middle of putting together my TV stand. I got a Samsung Ultra HD TV, new for 2015. Gaming looks spectacular on this thing, but we're here to talk about.
Shut up.
Cut that short. Shenmure's gonna be getting one soon, but he don't like the price tag. You know, I didn't either. But hey.
Ew. I can't, yo.
This is my best friend right here, this Alan Rancho, putting stuff together.
All right. Shinwar, opening comments, my friend.
Yeah, it's Thursday. E3 was pretty good this year. Definitely looking forward to Street Fighter V. And Batman Arkham Knight comes out Tuesday along with Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition. Yeah.
Ooh!
Oh, the Arkham Knight Special Edition was canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Batmobile version, yeah.
The Batmobile version.
Glad, because
Yeah.
I couldn't get one. Hello.
I think, wait, was that the one DeMizzle was getting?
Yeah, I think
Because
so.
he said he got the pre-order.
Well, I mean, he could get
I
a full
want
refund.
all that money back.
Shut up, you're not Saban. All right, so for the sake of time, Khalif, opening comments. Welcome, my friend.
What's up, y'all? Good E3 this year. My personal game of show was Horizon. That shit looks on point.
Yes,
You can't go
sir.
wrong. Can't go wrong with robot dinosaurs. And congratulations to Golden State Warriors. Contrary to popular belief, they did deserve it. Congratulations. I do feel bad for LeBron though. So let's go.
All the memes that they were relentless on the
Killing them.
They need to chill out with that. Unbelievable. But I also, before we get started, shout out to Full Screen, our partner. Shout out to Tough Nerd Toys LLC. Danae, I know you're watching, so shout out to you. Black Dragon and DeMizzle from Free Play Mode will be joining us in the chat. So he'll have some links in the chat description so you can check out some of his E3 highlights from his show. All right, so giving Nelson the floor, he's gonna lead Sony E3 conference and our our thoughts on it. So Nelson, you got the floor, my man.
Alright, so basically before I even get myself, started with this, we're doing a new format today, guys, and of course, the viewers can actually have more participation in this in the mid-future. We're gonna do something like of a round robin. We're gonna set a timer after I'm done doing like an opening statement with the topic. Each member of the show will have 2 minutes to say their piece of whatever topic that comes up. Once you hear that buzzer, switch it to the next person instantly. And that's how we're going to do that format. So, starting out with the Sony side of the press conference, I honestly have to say Sony wanted to make a statement with their lineup of former titles getting remade or remastered, I guess you can say. And they have some new IPs that they just try to throw out there. Some of them were extravagant on the visuals, some of them were very pale and bland and stupid, and some of them were just why even bother showing it? I mean, you showed this 4 years ago, why even bring it up? It's irrelevant. But nevertheless, Sony has dished out a lot of stuff. They dished out Final Fantasy, they dished out Horizon Zero, which is what's showing on the screen as of right now. And of course, there was a brief teaser of a Kickstarter of Shenmue 3. Those were the main highlights of the Sony press conference, in my opinion. But not enough about me talking about it. We're going to start this round robin timer. So we're going to just start off with the person that I see first. We're going to start off with Khalif. And once I say go, you have 2 minutes and start talking, and I'll let you know when your time is up. So you got the floor, Khalif. Go.
Hello?
You starting out with who?
Yeah, it's still Khalif.
Hold on.
Oh.
I will clear. I'll start it over. Go ahead, Khalif. Go.
Okay, all right. So again, my game of the show, period, was Horizon. So definitely excited about that. Last Guardian, I understand why people are excited about it. I mean, me personally, I'm not too excited about it. I got to play it to really, kind of feel it, I guess. A lot of people, me in particular, I kind of felt like it still looked the same. Like I was kind of underwhelmed by it, if you ask me. I thought that it looked exactly the same as we saw it all those years ago at Sony's E3 press conference. So I was actually expecting it to look better than it actually did. It still looks like a PS3 game, in my opinion. Like I said, Horizon I can't say enough about Horizon. That shit was awesome. Uncharted, man, that shit was on point. I really think that Uncharted is going to be one of those games that people, I don't want to say sleep on, but people are kind of forgetting what Uncharted is and what it actually can do for PlayStation as far as selling systems. The Final Fantasy VII remake I like that because I'm probably one of the few that haven't played Final Fantasy VII, and I'm actually interested to jump in now. You know, that's why I'm not really mad at a lot of these games being remade and remastered, because it gives people like me a chance to kind of, you know, get into it. Shenmue, I didn't get it when I had Dreamcast, so maybe I'll try that if it looks good. Let's see what else. Oh man, the dead spot. The Sony did what they had to do with the press conference. They didn't really make a huge splash for me, but they did what they had to do with just bring games. There was one dull moment that I didn't understand. I don't understand why they brought up PlayStation View. For what, I don't know why they even bring that up.
And time is up. So thanks for your input, Khalif. Noop, you'll be going next, starting now.
All right, can y'all hear me? I just had to unmute my mic.
Yep, you're good.
All right. Well, Sony's conference was okay. Horizon was the best game of E3 to me as far as personal excitement and looking forward to playing something new. Other than that, they didn't really show anything that surprised me or truly gripped me. Final Fantasy, I get, but it's a timed exclusive. You know, Uncharted, there's some stuff swirling about Uncharted. Some people are saying that it may not be 60 frames, which I personally don't think is a big deal. Like, since when does frame rate make or break a game? Shenmue, I really hope that when that does come out, because I think the Kickstarter thing was kind of crass, because now there's like, Sony has announced that it's an official partnership. Well, why do they need a Kickstarter if y'all in a partnership? Clearly y'all have the money. So that was a scam. So if you donated to that, sorry. But they do need to re-release part 1 and part 2 with it, because it's a 14-year-old franchise that some people like me who didn't get a chance to play, and it's not coming out till 2017. Hopefully, they said. So, and that's why I was kind of like, yeah, y'all got good stuff, but how long do we have to wait to actually play it? I'm done.
Okay, well, that was pretty short. You finished in under 34 seconds. I'm shocked.
Damn.
I'm pretty shocked. All right, so next on the list will be On Your Knees, starting now.
Alrighty then, just a quick hit on this. I looked up the Shenmue Kickstarter. It's already at $3.2 million.
Yeah,
that shows what a demand it is, but I mean, it's just like what happened with the Oculus Rift. It's just there to bait to get the partnership like they just did. So it's kind of shitty that happened, but that's why you typically shouldn't donate more than what the game should cost to Kickstarters like that. In regards to other things, Horizon didn't really stand out too much to me. It looked like a pretty game, but it's just, there's potential there, but I think the writing's probably going to fall way short of what it should be. I like the new Eco. Which one was that? Last Guardian. That looked like it had promise. That probably more hit like a niche market than anything. Let me see here. Okay, Street Fighter V, I didn't know about. Yeah, I mean, Final Fantasy VII is a big thing. They're finally doing it. I guess Square ran out of money, or they need more money. But otherwise, I'm not really. Project Morpheus, I don't really think it's going to do much, and the Sony, the PlayStation View, I don't think that's. They're just trying to catch up with Microsoft so that they have something that Microsoft's offering. So that's one less thing people go to Microsoft for over them. But otherwise, it was all right. I got nothing else.
And you finished in under 40 seconds. Getting kind of good at this now. All right, and Shinwar, you're up next, starting now.
Yeah, The Last Guardian that game looked like a PS2 game to me. Horizon stood out to me. I thought it was pretty good. I actually thought it was like a Tomb Raider ripoff at first, but it definitely showed its colors and looks promising. Was that Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer was shown, which was cool. Uncharted 4, I've never played the Uncharted series, so this October I'm gonna get the collection with the first 3, and then Uncharted 4 next year. The game looks real good. Was hyped for Street Fighter 5, definitely was hyped for that. The other games to me just felt like depressing. I don't know, it's something about Sony, like they'll try to draw you out with with the piano, and I'm sitting there scratching my head like what? But other than that, Sony's conference was cool. Some good looking games. So definitely looking promising. That's all I got.
And Shenmue finished in under a minute. Wow, getting good. And of course, co-CEO Mr. Alex Bexis, you have 2 minutes.
That's not
starting.
my-
You
that
have
is not
2
my
minutes starting now.
All right, new gaming order. My insight on the E3 Sony press conference overall, the presentation, like in comparison to its competitor, it wasn't as like pizzazz. Like there was a time actually I fell asleep. I had to watch it the next day. But with that being said, one thing that stood out to me was the Oculus Rift. I think that Sony and Microsoft are really looking at trying to make VR a mainstream thing. Let's just hope that it doesn't go the route of the Kinect. If they do it correctly, I think that they're onto something. Uncharted, Sony's bread and butter, and probably like that and Horizon Zero were like their major like cash cows or draws, so that Sony can get some attention for their first party, because we already know that they are lacking with first party content. But Sony had a very strong showing with linking up with Treyarch and getting the Call of Duty stuff now exclusively, or the content exclusively for the PlayStation 4 first. But Last Guardian, contrary to what my staff members said, I think that looked amazing. But the pacing of the games seems a bit slow for me. But everybody has their taste and whatnot. But Horizon Zero, I'm definitely picking that up. I'm loving that. And for the sake of time, I'm not gonna get long and drawn out. But I will just say that Sony has some strong third-party support, and especially with Arkham Knight, they're gonna be getting a lot of the DLC first. Same like Call of Duty. And lastly, with Shenmue 3, it's interesting where Sony's partnering up with Yu Suzuki, yet they are going Kickstarter. But with that, that's all I got.
Time. Okay, and I will do my little quick roundup real quickly. Alright, what I think of the Sony press conference is that, Final Fantasy VII destroyed it. That's just my opinion, because everyone wanted that game to come out since, the early PlayStation 3 kind of days, with the rounding up with the graphics of how each and every Final Fantasy just got better and better looking visually. And they said, you know what, why don't you just remake the old school Final Fantasy games like 7, 8, probably 10, or even like 2, and just, redo it. And, Sony did a clutch move. I don't know for what reasoning, but they clutched it. Shenmue 3, wow. Just fucking wow. And it already raised its target goal of $2 million and exceeding, with now additions of expanding the village, more QTE additions, more mini games and so forth. So hopefully we get Shenmue 1 and 2 as like an added incentive, because that'll be fucking awesome. Of course, we saw Kingdom Hearts 3, which was in a different stream, but again, it was shown. I'm not really too impressed as of yet, because I felt like they could have done better. They didn't show Metal Gear Solid 5. I had to see that off stream, but the game is phenomenal, and I can't wait to play it. It's gonna be a great game. One of my top picks of E3, if I was to be able to see it. And yeah, just to quickly round up, I think Sony did a good job. They kind of had a lot of third party, as what Alex mentioned. But again, we'll see what the other members have to say within the other conferences, and we'll go forth with that. And now you can close out, Alex.
All right, new gaming order. With that, make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. And check us out on newgamingorder.com. Shout out to Fullscreen, our partner. And make sure you join us for our next segment, where we'll be talking about Microsoft's conference. So with that, we'll see you on the next segment. Peace.
All right, look at that. Easy. Okay.
Goodness. Yo, one quick tip, Nelson. I think you should give everyone like a 30-second warning when they got 30 seconds.
I could.
Yeah, because I was caught way off guard.
but it's fun. It's fun catching
I
you.
just want to keep a track of the time. But then
Yeah,
like,
I got my timer now, so I'm not.
I don't have much to do the press conference.
All right, I'll give you
Shit.
guys.
Let me take your time then, shit. 'Cause I got some shit.
All right, I'll give you guys a heads up because the thing is you won't be able to see me on Skype, so I'll let you know. I'll give you an
You
indicator.
could probably do, since there's not that many of us, you could probably do 3 minutes a person, actually. That still won't be very long. It's only 8:18.
Yeah,
But-
do 3 minutes, man. 2.5 minutes. This just been burning up in me all week, man.
After Microsoft, I got that.
Well, for the PSAs, we'll do rebuttals and stuff, things that we didn't. You know,
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what we're.
that'll
that's
be
what we're gonna
longer.
do. Yeah,
Okay.
we'll
All
do
right,
that.
man.
That's why I want to keep it as short as possible for the conferences. All right.
Get his, yo.
So, we're about to start, and of course, when I say go, Alex, you just roll with your thing.
This
3.
is Xbox now, right?
Yes, Microsoft.
Okay.
Hold on, Alex Vexus, yo.
Okay,
And he
3,
laughed, yo.
3, 2, 1.
What up? What up? We back. New Game in Order, and we are in segment 2 of our E3 wrap up 2015. Make sure you check out our previous segment where we talk about Sony's conference in brief. NewGamingOrder.com coming at you with our weekly show. So, right now, the topic, Microsoft's conference. So, we're similar to the last segment, we're going to give everybody, what is it? Now, is it 2 minutes?
It's still 2 minutes. It's still 2 minutes, and
Okay.
I'll give everyone a longer time frame when it comes to like the PSAs and whatever they did miss, they can speak.
Yeah, we'll probably do like a review in there to have a little more freedom with speaking. But with that, Shinmore, what are your thoughts on Microsoft's conference as a whole, and what are things that stood out to you?
Yeah, I definitely think Phil Spencer came out the gate strong with the Xbox 360 games. Playable on the Xbox One with the backwards compatibility. Thought that was a very strong look. Tomb Raider stood out, looking gorgeous and beautiful. What was that? Forza looking nice. What else was there? My mind's drawing a blank a little bit.
Division.
The Division, thank you. Yes, which has an official date of March 2016. So definitely excited about that. Overall, though, I really thought Microsoft did good. They definitely cleaned up a lot of things and threw a couple jabs at Sony, but I was definitely impressed and I liked it. All
right. So, Khalif.
And Halo 5, I'm sorry. And Halo 5, 2 thumbs up. That's it.
All right. So Khalif, what are your thoughts on Microsoft's E3 presentation?
Well, I think they did exactly what they needed to do to the T. I think they dropped the bomb with that backwards compatibility. I'll definitely get more into that in the PSAs, but of course, it's not full backwards compatibility, but it kind of looks that way. They did what they needed to do with that. Halo 5 Halo 5 was the best Xbox game that I saw. Tomb Raider looked good. As good as it looked, I think that it's still going to suffer because they're coming out the same day as Fallout 4. I think that's a huge mistake for them, just personally. I think Fallout 4 is gonna really steal a lot of that shine. Other than that, like I said, Tomb Raider looked good. Halo was the best thing I saw from Xbox. I don't know why they are doing the controller, the Elite controller. I mean, I figured that the Scuff controllers, I would figure that people would get it from whatever company they get it from. I don't know why they really went through the trouble of doing that, and it's $150. So it's that's pretty outrageous.
That's way too much.
Yeah. So what was it else that they did? Yeah, the backwards compatibility, I think, like I said, was the biggest surprise that for me anyway, that came from Xbox. They showed that other game too. What the fuck is it called? With the little robot dog, and you put the orb into
Recore.
Recore. Yeah, there you go.
30
That
seconds.
looks cool. That looks cool, but I don't really want to judge it because it was a CG trailer. I'm really trying to see gameplay before I really judge that game. But overall, I think that Microsoft did exactly what they needed to do, and they're gaining momentum year by year. So, in my opinion, Sony needs to really step it up some more. And that's what I think.
All right. And with that, Nelson, well, you were gonna say something else?
No, I'm saying like he did it right on the wire.
All right. Okay.
Timer. I got my timer.
All right, Nuke brother. What are your thoughts on Microsoft's E3 presentation 2015?
Honestly, overall, if they did pretty good too. I wouldn't say they didn't do anything to excite me too much more than Sony. I will give them the very, very, very slight edge because Microsoft did what they always do, but they did it through gaming. They gave us a glimpse of the future. They're always so far ahead. That HoloLens presentation of Minecraft was freaking phenomenal. Even though HoloLens is not going to be an Xbox thing, they're showing you what they can do, and then doing research on other people like IGN and other game sites who actually got a behind-the-scenes look at the HoloLens, and all of them were impressed and said it works exactly the way we saw it. That's impressive. We got our usual games. We got our Halos. We got our Forzas. It's always good to see those first-party titles coming out strong. Another thing that they pushed was they talked about, the Windows 10 thing a little bit. I think a lot of people are misconstruing the whole exclusive thing because when people hear exclusive, then hear it's coming out on PC, they're missing the point that Microsoft is looking at. Hopefully, we'll get that cross-play platform in the Windows 10, and it's all part of it. And Microsoft is in 90% of computers. It makes sense for them to take their software and to sell it on PC and Xbox One to get more of a fan base. That new controller,
30 seconds.
It's a high price, but I think I'm gonna get one because I did do research on other companies and they're started like $120. So who knows what you're gonna get with that? But overall, I did like Microsoft's presentation, and I look forward to what they're gonna bring us in the future.
Alrighty. And so, on your knees, your thoughts on Microsoft?
All right. I was equally impressed with the HoloLens thing with Minecraft. It did look really cool. Mm-hmm. But overall in the games, I'm not impressed with Halo 5. They can make it look good, but given their track record with the previous Halos, including Master Chief Collection, no, I don't trust them on it. Same with the what was it? Gears of War. Nothing really there. A lot of trailers. It's about the same as Sony. I'm not going to really pick a winner out of the two. I've watched a few videos. I didn't really get to see the whole conferences, but overall, there's a few things I expected. And on the reverse compatibility, it should have been there at launch. Sorry, you can't get my hopes up for it. And that's it. I'm done.
Alrighty. Nelson, did I skip anybody? No, I have to. I'm gonna grab you in there last.
I'm trying to see. Did Shinwar go?
Yeah, he went first,
okay.
actually.
Okay, so yeah, that's everybody. So if you want to say your piece, go ahead.
All right. Well, did you go yet?
No.
All right, go ahead. Nelson.
All right. So what I thought about the Xbox conference, I liked the fact that backwards compatibility is slowly, progressively coming out. Though that they had mentioned that it was only going to be 100 titles. I don't know if that's like their lock of how much they're going to put.
That's the start for till December, and then it's going to trickle out.
Oh, okay.
That's how they're doing it.
So the backwards compatibility thing had me a little bit more sold on slowly edging out my 360, depending on the list that it comes with. Halo 5 looks stunning visually. Gameplay-wise, we already played the beta, so I'm expecting high hopes for it. The Division, wow. Give me that game! Like, seriously, the game is fucking awesome looking. Forza, I'm not really too impressed because honestly it just looks the same shit to me. They just added new cars and new tracks. Big fucking whoop. I don't really give a shit about that. The Elite controller, $150. You could go suck my ass with that. I ain't paying that. No, that's too much money. Because and I guess to wrap it up, they didn't really talk about particular games that I wanted to, but I will leave that particular mention and the PSAs. And overall, I think Xbox did pretty solid, and hopefully with the Windows 10 integration, it goes smoothly. That's it.
All right, and I'm going to touch lightly. I'm going to encourage the audience to check out the PSAs where we have more freedom to speak. Being that the nature of E3, we had to just touch on the high points. But to start my opinion on it, I think between Microsoft really hit the mark. This is the E3 that Microsoft needed last year. Okay, the whole reversing direction for the Xbox has been phenomenal. You can even Angry Joe, Review Tech, Alpha Megasen, all of them say the same thing. Microsoft is reversing their fortunes and narrowing the gap in terms of sales, even though Sony is still edging them out. But Sony has to do a lot more with their first party. And Microsoft had a wonderful lineup in terms of Gears of War, Halo 5, a lot of their, the concepts with HoloLens. My one disappointment was they didn't really show anything with the Oculus Rift, but the proof of concept with Minecraft, that was amazing. Now, if they can show that it's not really an Xbox thing, but they can apply it to the Xbox with Windows 10, that Sony has to show something big, because that's going to be a game changer going into the future. All right, you got Tomb Raider. Oh man, that looked nice. I can't really go into detail right now, but overall, with Halo 5 and Warzone, I mean, Microsoft should have had this E3 last year. They might have reversed their fortunes, but overall, I think they did a wonderful job. Backwards compatibility was very important to me, and finding out how they had a way to manipulate the X1 to trick itself into being a 360 was very smart. But it opens a new library, so I think that's gonna really be a good selling point for the Xbox One. So that brings my segment to a close. Nelson, do we have any rebuttals before we go into PSAs?
No, not necessarily. Unless if again you want On Your Knees to do something like the PC coverage, because they did have a few mentionings.
Okay, we'll cover that in the next segment. So, all right, with that, New Gaming Order, this concludes this segment. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on newgamingorder.com. Please sub to our channel. And I'm going to do one sweep of the chat, making sure... Demizzle had put a link.
Chat's quite busy tonight.
Yeah. So with that, please join us on the next segment. That's going to be the meat and potatoes of everything, and we'll have kind of like the humor where we're actually going at each other. So with that, New Game in Order. Check us out on the next segment. Peace.
All right, let me just name this one. Came out mad hard with that. What the fuck? Breaking the silence and shit. All right.
Because I be having that background noise all the time.
It happens. It's not a big deal. So do you want to either do Nintendo or would you rather just do PC? Because that mixes in kind of with Bethesda.
No, Chris will lead the PC one.
So you want to leave Nintendo last?
Yeah. Or I just want to put Nintendo in the burner with the PSAs and.
All right.
I'm dead serious. Like they don't.
That'll just be a quick. I mean, we could just comment on it. Just like I'm sure everyone will pass because they have nothing to show. There's nothing unexpected here.
Yeah.
Except the Metroid game, which everyone hates.
Yeah. Well, it's all gravy. It's all gravy.
All right. So we'll start and we'll talk about PC because I know there was a couple of mentionings with software instead of gaming, but again, you'll talk about it. Yeah, there was a couple of software updates during E3. 3, 2, 1.
We back, New Game in Order, and we are going to do the PC portion of E3. Now, On Your Knees is going to lead this one, but I just wanted to make sure I kind of put something out there. Killer Instinct coming out to Windows 10. So a lot of you PlayStation guys that refuse to get an X1 now can get access to playing that game. So you don't know what you're missing out on. Killer Instinct just got its story mode and everything. Good stuff. So it should be out later this year, but I just wanted to lay down the foundation with that. So On Your Knees, you got the wheels. Make it happen.
Alrighty then. So there were quite a few PC showings. The main two, Bethesda's killing it this year. Doom, the new Doom, and Fallout 4. So Fallout 4, obviously, I'm really looking forward to that. Graphically, it's about normal for this generation. Doesn't really stand out. But Bethesda does really good. They're really good at making immersive games. So really looking forward to see what they do. And then there's the Doom. What little I saw of it is looking really good, especially in the multiplayer. It's got a kind of like a fast-paced Halo feeling to it. And it does have a map builder in it as well, so you can build your own maps to use, it looks like. And it has all the classic monsters in there. You got the Rocky guys, Keiko demons, Pig demons. It's got all the classics in there on top of the new ones, so it's looking really good. Even has double barrel shotgun, so really looking forward to that. The Mirror's Edge, which was just on, that sequel's been in people waiting for that forever.
Oh yeah, that game's gonna be dope.
Yeah, and they got the new South Park game where they even acknowledged the combat, and the last one was lame. So it's South Park: The Fractured Butthole. Yes, puns intended.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah, it's the Fractured Butthole. Butthwhole. But I can see your face. So it's going to focus on them being superheroes. Not sure what kind of gameplay it's going to have because they really didn't do much with it. There's another one that looks like an old school Popeye cartoon, Cuphead.
Cuphead, yes. Xbox ID. That game is going to be awesome.
So that's
Duck Hunt.
Duck Hunt, what?
Yeah, my bad. Go ahead.
Oh, Jesus. There's quite a few others that are looking decent. I do gotta apologize. Work's been killing me this week, so I didn't really get a chance to catch up of everything. I've been watching a few trailers here and there. But Bethesda. Oh, all right, done. Alex sucks. That's all I gotta say.
Alex sucks. What do I got to do with this? Unbelievable. All right.
Well, that's all right. Never mind. I was gonna make a joke, but my time's up. Go ahead.
You can talk about it during the PSAs. That's what they're there for.
Yeah, that'll be my PSA. I got a special announcement.
Khalif, for Chris, what in terms of PC coverage stood out in your mind?
I mean, nothing really. I'm not a PC gamer, so I didn't really keep tabs on the PC announcement. But I mean, if we're talking about just some of the things with like Fallout 4, like I said, I think I had never played a Fallout game before, but I will play this one. I find myself trying a lot of new things in this new generation, so Fallout will be something I'm going to try. What else? I mean, that's really it. Like I said, I didn't really keep up with the PC because I don't, PC game right now. So that's it.
All right. So, Brother Noop, any PC highlights that stood out in your mind for E3?
Yes, I actually heard the new Halo's coming to PC. I'm glad a lot of titles are coming to PC because I like condensing. So I'm glad to know that a lot of the collection that I have, I'll be able to have on PC for the future. So I wanted to have a whole bunch of consoles hooked up. Fallout, I'm not really a Fallout guy. I like certain type of RPGs, and I've played, all the ones of the past. So I just could never stick with them. They're not bad games. They're just not, just like RPGs in general. They're not bad games, but they're just ones that I just can't stick with. But it's good to see more of these old franchises coming back, pumping, fresh blood into the gaming industry and showing how. Shut up! And showing how bringing it back for the old school gamers like us, man, who we get on these podcasts and talk about the old titles we want to see, and now they're finally popping up. But I'm happy for the PC, and I'm glad to see PC continue to rise.
Alrighty. And Shinmar, your thoughts? Any PC titles that stood out in your mind from this year's E3?
None.
Well, no Street Fighter 5, no Killer Instinct. What?
Oh no, Street Fighter 5's PS4, baby. That's all I have. Thank you. That's my time. Thanks.
All right, we're gonna kick Shinmar off the podcast. All right. What the heck? I thought we were supposed to. Never mind. Nelson, what are your thoughts? Anything PC related that stood out in your mind for E3?
Fallout 4, done. Like, That game looks fucking amazing. The shit you can do, I can't fucking wait. The Killer Instinct update for PC and its fucking crossplay, that's actually really interesting because now for all the people, and I will put you guys on blast, for all you Sony fanboys out there that was bitching and complaining that you couldn't get Killer Instinct, you could get it on PC. But wait, you might say it's still Microsoft because they're integrated now. Anywho, also along with the PC side, Doom. Oh my god.
That was a surprise, bro.
The Hell stage was fucking on point. That's what Doom is all about right there. What else interests me? They were showing slightly about the update with Windows 10 compatible with like certain games with like the Xbox and, you know, using it on the tablet. You know, I thought that was pretty cool and stuff like that. But I'm really hoping that PC just keeps coming out with like integrated things and crossplay compatibility with, you know, whether if it's through the Xbox One, PS4, such and such. Like, I would like to see more of this because it would allow gamers to get particular games that they couldn't have because it was console exclusive and finally play them on PC. And that's all I got for that.
All right, and on my end, it's gonna be real short. And shout out to NYC Playboy. I think he's calling it. I think that PC is gonna become the main place to play your games because
I said that first.
Shut up. Anyways, Noob did say that, but it's coming to a point where, you know, and shout out to Noble because he said something on Facebook not too long ago that you know, ditching consoles for PC because you don't have to worry about being locked out of games, you know. So I think that you know, things with Doom, you know, Fallout and all that's great, fun and great, but that it's gonna be the place to play your games. You know what I mean? Set top boxes and things like the Nvidia Shield and, you know, the Valve box and all, Steam box and what you'll see. I guarantee it. We're in the final phases of the console cycle, so yeah. Hopefully Microsoft and Sony can stop with this buying up exclusivity and all this other stuff because.
Know what he's doing.
Yeah, Sony did a lot of.
That's the beginning of the end. Microsoft putting their foot in the door now. I'm telling you.
Yeah. That's why they're integrating everything into Windows 10 and all that. Well, you will see. There's gonna be a whole shift in how everything works in terms of like console gaming and the PC gaming. That's where it's gonna be. But that's all I got. So Nelson, anything to wrap up this segment?
Dirty, yo. Oh.
That's basically it. So thank you guys for watching this PC /
I got two quick things I missed. Regarding Halo on PC, Boogie2988, aka Francis on YouTube, actually twittered Major Nelson, telling him if they care about PC, you'll put Halo Master Chief Collection on there, and Major Nelson responded, duly noted, or some variation of that, so they are maybe looking into it. Also, all the DLC for the new Hitman game is supposed to be free, so wasn't sure where that should be thrown in, but I figured I'd put it out there.
Well, shout out to Nvidia for the new Titan graphics card too.
Yeah,
you don't have it.
Do you have $2,000 for it?
Oh, I will. It's gonna be in my Alienware Area 51.
He's talking like he got it.
I know. I don't have Area 51. Watch.
It's gonna fall off the back of a truck, right? That's how you're gonna get it?
No, it's gonna fall off the back of a Dell truck when I buy it.
Unbelievable. With that new gaming order, make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out our first two segments and check out the PSAs. It's gonna be Wild Wild West, and we're gonna have some fun with that one. All right, so I highly encourage that you check out that segment. With that, we'll see you on the next segment. Peace.
All right, and just to let you guys know in the stream chat, this will be a final topic with going out with the PSAs. So stay tuned for that, and we're gonna do a slight little variation with this, so we'll be doing it like that. All right, so who's starting it off? Are you gonna start it off, Alex?
No, you can start, Nelson.
Well, the thing is, I mainly like to catch up on anything that no one has mentioned, so I'll leave myself last. So then it gives everyone time to say whether they.
Okay, I'll lead in.
Okay. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna still have a timer, but the timer is gonna get increased now. And we're going to increase the timer. Let's see, it's 8:42. Okay. We'll roughly say 4 minutes is the longest that you have. So it'll be double
But you know
the
what?
time.
If you didn't mind, I would rather have some sort of interaction with it. Like if On Your Knees
Like
had
a
something.
free roam?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll turn up the timer.
Because
We'll
we
turn
don't
up
want
the
to lose
timer.
the humor with it.
It's got to be the
because-
Wild Wild West, man.
No, it's like our old
Nelson,
format.
you can keep the
Yeah,
segment
like
down to
old.
like 15 minutes only, and then
No,
if you see
no,
someone
it's
go into
fine.
interrupt
Yeah,
them.
no, it's fine. What I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna change the viewing of the format real quick, and
Okay, that's
we'll
cool.
be fine. Yeah, so I'll just
They're
do
gonna love
quickly.
this director's cut. All right, so
There
Just
we
give
go.
me a
Let's get some more
second.
lightning here.
This won't take long. I'm almost done already. And nice with the fart.
what the heck?
What the fuck is going on right now?
Oh man, anytime that Noop is on, it's gonna be like that crazy show we did not a few years ago. What the heck,
Yo, we had some crazy shows, yo. But
man?
that
I think that was the craziest one, man. What the heck?
the craziest one was when Alex was like, "We'll be plugging them a lot more in the future."
You guys, so silly.
He was
It's
so
silly.
passionate when he said it. He was so passionate about it.
You an asshole, you know that?
All right, so let me know. Let me know when you're ready. I switched it back to the normal format so we could free roam again.
All right.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
New gaming order. Thank you for coming to our little tornado of a PSA. We're just gonna have a little more time to speak on certain things and kind of go back to our jokingly ways. But I wanted to touch on Street Fighter V and some of the gameplay mechanics. You got a lot of people that were kind of being Grinches about it, and it's like, oh yeah, it's just more of the same. And you have to remember, just like first-person shooters like Doom, Fallout, and all that, you have a base, okay? And these games work with formulas, so it's kind of hard with where we are and how we progress in gaming. And Capcom showing off Street Fighter 4, or I'm sorry, 5. I gotta get used to that. At the conference, and a lot of people didn't have a lot of good things to say. So I wanted to open up with Shinwar, and we'll not spend too much time on it. But Shinwar, what are your thoughts on some of the naysayers for on Street Fighter 5?
Well, I mean, couple people are, well, not couple, but people are comparing it to Street Fighter 4 speed-wise. I've been following it for the past couple days with Combo Fiend doing the Kumite and just going through a few of the characters. Yo, this game, I'm telling you, come next year, and I called it. I said Mortal Kombat's dropping, KI, and there's not. These games are good, but it is true they call Street Fighter the king of all fighters, no pun intended. When this sucker drop next year, it's something completely different, and you can already see like Daigo, Wong, the way we play 4 now, it's completely different. No FADC, and I was just reading as you were talking, Alex. Ultra David said we gotta start playing honest. Even though yes, there's been crouch tech that has been found, most of that's probably going to be taken out. The OTGs from the earlier build are taken out, so people got to start playing honest. And none of that, oh, let me hold my meter. No, they want you to spend it. Do your V trigger, do your critical arts. All that damage scaling out the window. The Capcom is changing a lot of stuff with this game, and it looks good. I'm hyped for it.
Okay. Now, Nelson, what are your thoughts? Anybody can chime in, and then we'll just, segue into another topic on it.
Of what I think about Street Fighter 5.
Yeah, and the
what it
gameplay
is now.
mechanics.
All right, and I will stay to my guns, and I will say that the game still feels like Street Fighter Cross Tekken
So
because
you played it,
of.
So you
Because no, but the way
Wow.
how the engine is looking, the way how people are describing it, based on where Ultra David, based on the 3 days of streaming they've done as of recently, and what I came up with, it just feels slower slightly than Street Fighter 4. The hit stun is just as or more even than Street Fighter Cross Tekken. It basically gives the opponent more accessibility to actually do a combo instead of an actual struggle. Like, you have more of an open window to actually get your moves out. But again, Shinmore said with the whole honesty thing, they don't want you to just sit there and dance around with full Ultra meter or full EX or
Like Mayweather.
Super. Well, I wouldn't say
You stupid.
that sense, but okay.
Yeah, I said it.
But I think the game will shape up if they take certain directions with the game, even though, again, people are complaining about how Birdie looks, even though I have no complaints. People are already starting to complain and started an online petition to reduce the jiggle effects of Chun-Li's breast on player 2 side and
What's
the
wrong with
jiggling
them?
and the jiggling of the ass of Cammy when she does her V trigger.
No, leave that alone. She
Yeah,
need
no,
that.
for real.
She need that. Like Shinmar said, she need that.
But again, they might be catering to a younger audience as well this time around. So that might be another reason why they might, draw back on that.
Okay. Now, with that, shifting gears, trying to 5 minutes per topic. Microsoft's backwards compatibility in comparison to Sony's PlayStation Now. How
Man,
does this...
let me
Yeah,
get
go-
into this.
All right,
man.
all right, go ahead.
I've been holding this in, and I actually was on the Facebook group, and I put my opinion out there, like straight up, just out of the gate. I'm more of a PlayStation guy. PlayStation showed me more games that I want to play than Xbox did. But I think that I think that Microsoft won that conference because of the backwards compatibility.
A lot of people said that.
A lot of people agree, but more people seem like they were like, well, why would you want to play old games on a new console? And like downplaying backwards compatibility. This is my logic to this. This feature, is more so for the people that don't have Xbox One. These are still for the dude bros out there that don't have Xbox One, or parents that might be thinking about getting a new console for their kid.
Yep.
Imagine them going to GameStop, asking the representative, which console should I get? As it stands right now, what's going to be said is you can get this Xbox One for the same price as PS4 with the terabyte, and it plays some of your and it's backwards compatible. Not even, it's a little misleading because it's not all games,
Right.
but the message is out there already. But I mean, even if they don't go full backwards compatible, I've seen Facebook like advertisement. They're advertising this as backwards compatible, and the average person is not gonna know any better. And this is gonna be huge. This should be huge. I'm thinking it's gonna be huge. If Xbox doesn't outsell PS4 in November, December, this holiday season period, they're not coming back because this feature. I'm telling you, because with this feature alone and the holiday lineup that Xbox has, they should not lose the holiday season.
I have to agree.
They should not lose. And
there should be no reason why Microsoft doesn't close the gap with Sony.
Exactly.
Because
And
the first party alone, the backwards
party alone, and that backwards compatibility, and as it stands right now, you can get a Xbox One either cheaper, or you can get an Xbox One with double the hard drive space as PS4. There's no reason why they shouldn't win this holiday season. If they don't, I don't see them coming back. Period.
Okay. Now, Noop, you were saying? Go ahead.
They have a very strong chance of winning, number one, because a lot of the stuff they showed at E3, unlike Sony, we're going to get this year.
Halo, Tomb Raider.
That was the big thing for me. It was like, I'm going to get this stuff this year. Number two, y'all can't mess up the backwards compatibility like y'all did with Xbox 360. Shut up. Y'all gave us that crash list on 360. There's a voting thing out right now for Xbox One where you can vote on the games you want. They said 100 by holiday season. It has to be those those top 100 games, like those popular titles, like the Gears and the other things like that.
Right.
But another reason why it's very, very important, like you said with the parents, you know, a lot of parents bought, like I knew a ton of people because I worked at GameStop. When the PS3 was backwards compatible, a lot of people bought a PS3 and were still playing the PS2 game. It's a good strategy to get the consoles in the house, and the parent can say, hey, well, shoot, it gives the Xbox 360 catalog, it helps maintain its value.
Right. That gives you a reason to go to Xbox.
Yeah. And then the convenience of it, like the digital games that we have, as they get added to backwards compatibility, they automatically port over into your Xbox One queue, and they'll download for you, because I got 2 of them already. And I was like, that's what's up. So they make it like an easy transition. You can use the disc, and like they said, we're not going to make you pay for it.
What you already own.
The funny thing about the people who say, oh, why you want to play old games? That's like saying, why do remasters? Why you want to Final Fantasy remaster? It's an old game. You can't say that. You can't give a borderline statement like that. But to agree with on your knees, I don't really give Microsoft that much credit for it, because it's something that I think moving forward, it should be a standard feature on consoles. Backwards compatibility needs to be a standard feature on all consoles, man. It's, like that PlayStation Now thing, seriously.
It's a joke.
Seriously?
It's I mean, it was cool because it was the answer to backwards compatibility, but with Xbox doing this, and this is another thing too. Sony already confirmed that they're not even pursuing backwards compatibility. They're not even pursuing it. They need.
Honestly, let me cut in real quick. This is just, again, my opinion. I'm not trying to state any factual stuff, but with PlayStation Now and what they do in the store, technically they already have backwards compatibility, but they're making you pay for your backwards compatibility.
And that's what Microsoft took a shot at. And but you don't have to pay for what you already own.
The difference that I see between these two is streaming versus actually owning the game. You're streaming on PlayStation Now. You're not gonna want to play Killzone, for example, on a streaming, and if your internet can even support it.
And that's why you're paying for it, because it's on a and it has to be maintained. Yeah.
Well,
it's night and day. It's not even close. Backwards compatibility is something that people, they say that this was the #1 requested feature for Xbox One, and they brought it. Well, that's why I think they won.
All right, go ahead, Nelson.
There's a big downside too, though.
All right, but for the sake of time, I'm gonna give Nelson the floor for this, and then we're gonna move on.
But again, I just feel like they're doing this whole backwards compatibility thing on the Xbox One because they want all the people who still, I'm gonna say it, stuck on 360 because they think that their games are just better from the past. They don't see anything of like the future to God. It was like, oh, Killer Instinct, that's all you guys got. Oh, you got shitty Dead Rising 3. I'm still not impressed. I'm still gonna play my Street Fighter 4 and my Halo 3 and my Halo Reach on a 360. But doing this, you're not really changing anything, guys. I mean, I'm just being real. You're not changing anything because then you're still gonna migrate these people, right? You're still gonna make them buy your console, correct? But they're still gonna play your old fucking games. You don't have a market now to endorse new games. So what are you gonna do now? Now you gotta even try 10 times harder to win them over.
We're the market. We're the market.
No, but it makes no sense because, like, for me, if I just keep everyone stuck in the past, I should have never made a new console. If you guys are still just gonna play the 360 games, you don't even want the new product. You don't want the new shit.
I see where Nelson's coming from. Yeah. Like, you want them to move on.
Yeah, that's the whole point. That's the reason why Microsoft even said the reason why they put the backwards compatibility out, because the 360 is getting phased out by this year. No more shipping, no more making. It's over. So that's the reason why this is happening.
And that's a good thing. That's a good thing because it'll force the developers to stop making 360 ports of MKX. You got freaking the next Call of Duty is gonna be on PlayStation 3 and freaking 360. Why? Focus on the new stuff. You know what I mean? But to have the back catalog, though, I mean, some people have some games some wonderful games that they would like to play again.
Well, they
Doesn't
can keep
mean-
their 360 then. There's no point to just like sit around and be like, oh, I'm just gonna make the jump now because they just added.
But Nelson, Dan Matrick had that mindset and almost fucked Microsoft over with like, oh yeah, if you want to play backwards compatibility,
Exactly.
keep the 360.
I guarantee.
This is the most consumer friendly thing they could have did. This is going to bring so many more people into it.
I guarantee any amount of money that people was just say and spammed that they wanted backwards compatibility, they ain't gonna fucking play all that goddamn backwards compatibility games anyways. They're probably gonna play it for like maybe 1-2 games tops.
Okay.
I guarantee it.
Now, for the sake of time, I'm gonna switch the topic on this PSA. Now, Shenmue 3.
Oh yeah.
And Noop brought it up in the main podcast. Why is it that it needs a Kickstarter if it's only coming out on PlayStation 4 and PC? That doesn't make sense to me. If you boot up Yu Suzuki and did your thing, right? Why aren't you picking it up as a first-party game? You know what I mean? Why has to go through a Kickstarter? Maybe I'm wrong. Did Killer Instinct get a Kickstarter? Did Halo get a Kickstarter? No. I mean, that just, it's like, I don't know.
I think there was a reasoning for that, just to give a small little input. I think they did that specifically because they haven't really suggested what platform Shenmue 3 was going to go on. That's why they was trying to see if the company would pick it up, and he took a chance at the press conference to show it during the Sony side of things. Since that it was so amazingly within that hour, they raised almost $1.5 million. I mean, come on. Sony was like, it seems like a smart idea to take them now.
But then again, if it was on like a Nintendo or Microsoft, of course it wouldn't have really mattered where Yu Suzuki comes out and say, hey,
correct. But the fact is that when he did it specifically because he wanted to get it out, and he has good relationship with Sony, so it was just like a no-brainer that Sony was gonna take on this idea and run with it.
Yeah, but if Sony really had faith in Shenmue, they should have picked it up and bought it out. You know what I mean? So, as much as, most of you know, I am not a real big fan of Sony. As long as the game exists, I will play it. I will play Shenmue. We have to finish that story. So.
And Alex, you have to get it for the PS4.
Didn't I just say?
Actually, no, he does not. He can get it for PC as well.
But to defend stupid. To defend Sony as well, are you willing to back a game or franchise that hasn't put out a title in 14 years? Like, you gotta remember, those fans are 14 years older than they, who are you trying to appeal to? Because now, honestly, they're gonna have to give you part 1 and part 2. I didn't play part 1 or part 2 because Dreamcast games in Philly, Dreamcast games are going like this. Like, it came out, if you didn't get it within the first couple weeks, go on, yo, or you paying $150, and I'm not paying that, yo.
And that's like when I was in Afghanistan, like, yo, if you didn't get the new PS4 or Xbox game at the PX within the first 2 weeks, you ain't getting it. That's it.
Yeah, so it's like Sony had to take a chance. It's like, this is a 14-year-old franchise. Some people might, the older guys are, y'all want it. I want it too. But now it's like, okay, are the younger kids going to get it? Because they've never heard of it. You know what I mean?
You're right. They would have to re-release 1 and 2. You're right.
But you know what? What they need to do is the same route that they're going with Gears of War, re-releasing the Ultimate Edition to get people hyped for Gears of War 4. You know what I mean? You don't just throw out this thing,
That Gears of War beta? Yes.
Okay. Now that's going to be our next thing. Nelson, can you give us your impressions on the Gears of War beta that was I have it queued up on my Xbox. I'm waiting to finish this podcast so I can play it.
God damn, that game is fucking good, yo. Oh
now,
my God.
Yeah. I'm going to go on and say, you see how Nelson's all giddy and
Yeah, he's out there with that.
What you don't know is he's changing his pants right now. You just can't see.
Yo, I'll give like a quick 30-second opinion on it. The game is definitely the version that we should have had eons ago. It's definitely the perfect PC.
It's better than the PC version?
It's gonna be on par because it's coming up for the PC as well.
Oh.
But It rivals the PC. It kept the 1080p. It kept the 60 frames per second. They redone the entire fucking cinematics for the game. They put out all the maps from Gears 1, Gears 2, and Gears 3, and all the fucking characters. I am fucking sold, dude. I am fucking sold. Not only that, I had this one person. He said, "Oh, I can't play the game because I was so used to the lag." I said, "Sir, that was because you were used to 30 frames. There was no lag. It was just 30 frames.
Yeah.
That's why." So you playing on 60, that means you just
But you
suck
see,
now.
frames will mess you up a little bit, though. Like, now that they got double the frame rate, now it's like
better.
they're trailing. Yeah, their trailing for shots has to change a little bit.
It's
so.
better, but the only...
And I will say this.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. What you were about to say?
I was about to say, the only thing that you can't do in the beta is invite people to a game or party, so you have to play on your own.
Yeah.
It's all gravy. It's all gravy.
Yeah, I didn't know that they were gonna give you all the maps from 2 and 3.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
All of them.
But what I would like, and we're probably not gonna get it, but this is what I would like, and I think Master Chief should have did this. I would like to get all of the campaigns eventually, even if it's DLC. I would like to get it because we have a good build of Part 1, the multiplayer build it, now add on to it instead of try to smush it all together and then give it out. I would love to be able to get Gears 2 and Gears 3 campaigns later on, even if it's a year or two later as DLC. I think that would be perfect.
But Noop, the thing is, now the backwards compatibility is reality. I don't think that's going to happen because why do they need to put the resources into doing that when you could just stick the game in there now? I think that, Gears of War 1 was the game that got it right.
Well,
you're breaking up.
Another thing that's good about backwards compatibility, I'm not going to call it long. Hello?
You're good now. It cleared up. You're good.
Ah! Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say, I'm glad that now I'm pretty sure we'll be able to do cross chat with 360 if we're playing the same game, be in parties and stuff. That's another good feature. So I get my entire friends list back.
Okay. And then a last thing for my PSAs.
You can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're good.
You're good. It's lagging. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah, because I don't want the PSA to run too long, but Windows 10 integrating and the new UI for the X1. What are your thoughts for our Xbox One owners? I mean, now I heard that the new interface is going to talk to you. It's going to have a voice, and apparently that was a feature that was supposed to come out at launch, and it's just coming out now. You know what I mean? But that's one thing. But I do want to express a disappointment with E3. No footage of Quantum Break. I know that they weren't going to show it, but I at least something.
They showed it.
But they're gonna wait till
E3.
probably next year.
They showed it out of E3. You can go find the trailer on YouTube.
You know what?
Yeah, go ahead.
I read on Microsoft's website today. I was looking at something and it said Quantum Break was coming out this year.
No, it's not. I doubt it.
It's on their page. It's on the Microsoft website. At the bottom of the page, I put a link to the new Game in Order page, and at the bottom of the page, it named like 5 games, and it said available 2015.
They need to update that.
Yeah, that's probably a placeholder. It's probably a placeholder.
A faceholder. What?
Before we move too far off of Gears of War, I didn't hear what too many people said about Gears of War 4. Nobody talked about Gears of War 4.
Well, it's still early. It looks like this is the beginning of a new trilogy. It looks like a new protagonist and a female support character, or it might be the other way around. But yeah, Gears 4 looks like Gears. It's not much we can really say about it just yet, but we have to wait and see. So Nelson, your thoughts, or anybody can jump in.
You're talking about
Gears 4.
The Gears 4. I really don't have much to say on it because again, the trailer didn't really express much. You saw a big ass fucking tornado. They ran inside. They fought a new monster, and it cut short. There's really nothing to talk about it. I mean, of course, the game.
You think it's a prequel? Do you guys think it's a prequel? Do you think this is the next chapter?
It's a sequel.
It's a sequel.
It's a sequel.
Okay.
Really
Not only that, it looked like it had a more of a survival horror flavor to it, because you saw how they were chasing that thing down and then
Yeah.
you know all those. It looked like some jacked up Brumac mixed with some new.
That's
thing.
what I was thinking. It looked
Yeah.
kind of like
I
a
sent
little.
all y'all a message with that link I was talking about.
And
If
that
you scroll to the
koala
bottom-
bear showed up.
Checking it now.
If you scroll to the bottom of that page in that link and read number 1, it says Quantum Break coming late 2015. All games sold separately.
Yeah,
so
go-
maybe
Halo
it is a
Guardians,
mistake.
Yeah,
Halo
because,
But
Guardians,
it's
like,
saying
it-
all the other games coming
Forza
out.
6, Fable Legends, and Quantum Break. Yeah, all of them. Yeah.
Well, hey, because you would have expected Quantum Break to be shown at E3 to whet the appetites for the people who want that game. So that's, you know, if Microsoft intentionally withheld that game from E3, I think that was a mistake.
Well, again,
You know, so-
I wanna just say this
Yeah.
on record. They held back several games. They held back Metal Gear, and they had to show that on its
Yeah.
own YouTube channel. Same thing with Quantum Break. They have a new E3 trailer. You can go check it out on YouTube. They did that intentionally because they had a time frame, and they threw out what they thought
Yeah.
from their respective companies of what they needed to show. So you can still check out all the shit you didn't get. So, yeah, I'm done.
Okay, so that's all.
And like
That's
some of the other
yeah. Go
going
ahead.
to feature them too. They say like Con and stuff. They're going to feature some of those games at the new conferences coming up. So like they saved some presentations for the other conferences, so we won't be looking at conference coverage and seeing the same thing we saw at E3.
Okay, got it. Well, that's all I
All right.
got. So Nelson, you could take lead if anything. You know, we can
Well,
bring this
what
to
I
a
wanna
close.
What I want to do is because I
I
felt
go.
like Chris. Yeah, I was about to say Chris had some stuff that he wanted to talk about, so I'm gonna let him go first, and we'll
Okay.
conclude it after that. Yeah.
Well, I'll make it quick.
No,
since
take your
since we're
time.
running
Take
late,
no,
but,
take your time.
I,
It's
I
fun.
I actually wanted to get Alex's reaction to this. I know I sent him the link. Alex, what do you think about Ryu being in Smash Brothers?
You know what? You know what?
Yes.
That Ryu being in Smash Brothers, they already found an infinite with him.
Mhm.
If you do the regular Street Fighter inputs for his moves, he'll knock you off the stage, like some craziness. Like, I think that was interesting. I didn't think Ryu would be a good fit for that, but considering
They
when
got
you
us to-
when
yeah,
you
they got
see
us-
him in application, he kind of reminds me of Little Mac getting into Smash Brothers. There's a way you can make it work.
Little black.
I said, shut up. But yeah, Ryu being in Smash Brothers, that's you know, that's exposure. You know, getting Ryu on the Nintendo console again is a smart move. You know, and I guess that can actually help Nintendo because you got a lot of folks like, hey, Ryu's over there. Let me go pick up that system. I think I don't think it'll cause any harm. You know, Nelson, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I thought it was a good move on their part because Capcom needs the extra fucking money, for one. And two, originally Street Fighter was on the Nintendo. So
Yeah.
what rightfully
Yeah.
to bring back its roots, and they brought back the original Street Fighter 2 Turbo Ryu with the classic music, but they gave him a lot of applications from Street Fighter 4 and Third Strike. He has the mule kick, he has the focus,
He has a parry too.
yeah, he has the parry. He has a regular fireball, the uppercut, the tatsu, and he has two supers, which some characters do not have in Smash. He has the
Yeah,
Metsu
he's the only one.
Hadouken.
Yeah, he's the
and-
only one with two.
Yeah, the Metsu Hadouken and the Metsu Shoryu he has.
Okay.
So they put a lot of effort to him. If I remember correctly, he's $6. Same with the other character, Lucas from Earthbound or Mother.
$6.
Yeah.
$6. You could
They
buy.
need to do-
For a character?
Yeah.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Because it's
do
not
it
that
with
many.
Amiibo.
It's not that many characters because they had
Yeah.
Lucas, Mewtwo, Roy, and Ryu.
But $6, Nelson. Really?
How
you
much
can
do
get
we
the
pay?
whole-
No,
How
go
much
to
do we pay with
McDonald's
Street
or
Fighter?
Burger King?
How much do we pay with Street Fighter? Do we have to keep bringing this up?
No, but I'm just saying for one character though, that's a lot.
Killer Instinct does it for $5. What the fuck
really?
difference
No,
does it
I
make?
got the bundles though.
No, but if you didn't, you
Well,
buy
well,
them
you can
separately. It's $5. Ain't no fucking difference. Same thing with Mortal Kombat.
nah.
Same
There's a-
fucking thing.
And there's a bundle
People are
with
gonna
the
buy it.
Nintendo stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
Well,
Good ones.
but does anybody have anything else they want to cover before we bring this to a close? Because we're actually done early today, which is great.
Yeah,
Thank you guys.
I just want to make sure that if Chris has anything that you had missed, because you did mention that you wanted to talk about a little bit more of Bethesda
No,
or whatever.
No, I think we covered it for the most part. I watched little bits and pieces. Like I said, work's been killing me this week, so I didn't get to watch as much E3 coverage as I would have wanted. But yeah, I covered everything. I just had a few jokes, but I'll save those for next week.
Okay. So
I want to know what y'all think about Tomb Raider and Fallout coming on the same day. Do you guys think that's going to affect Tomb Raider at all? I think it will. I think it's a huge mistake.
I understand where you're coming from with that, but Tomb Raider, I don't think is directly competing with Fallout.
They're two different games.
They're two different games.
Yeah, it's going to cater to two different fan appeals. It's not going to hurt its sales at all for neither game.
Yeah, it'll be a small hit because they are two major franchises on the same day, but that's a very small market. If people like both,
I mean, because it's
Slinky Jim. I don't think so. I don't think it's gonna hurt Tomb Raider at all.
Yeah, because it directly affected me because I was gonna get Tomb Raider and now I'm not gonna get Tomb Raider because I'm gonna get Fallout 4, and then I may get Tomb Raider later on. I may wait till it comes on PS4. I don't know now, but I was planning on buying Tomb Raider day one, and you know.
I mean, it's a matter of preference.
I want to definitely get Fallout.
Yeah,
it's a matter of preference. Like, you know,
like I said, I've never played a Fallout game. I've never played a Fallout game, but I have played the old Tomb Raider. So I mean, it is making me choose. But I'm thinking to myself, do I want to get this big, long, meaty RPG type game, or do I want to get Tomb Raider or wait for Tomb Raider? So it's like it affected me. So
I just say, as a whole, I don't think it's gonna hurt Tomb Raider too much. You got a lot of games that get released on the same day, you know. But I mean, it's all their own, you know. But also make sure those of you who are getting Batman and Devil May Cry Tuesday, like Shinwar said, it'll be here. Been waiting, and this is the last one from Rocksteady, so. Give them your devout support. They can definitely use it.
All right. Now,
so Nelson, let's bring this to a close.
Hold on.
We're good.
Also, Rainbow.
Good.
Hold on.
Good. Go ahead. Are you gonna talk?
Oh, Rainbow Six Siege. Yo, I'm going.
I think it's the delay.
Can he not hear me?
You're good.
Yeah, Nelson can hear you. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Alright, Rainbow Six Siege. That came up on the radar. That's looking pretty good. Unbelievable. It's looking real good. I think the last one I played was on the 360, so I may get back into the series with this new one, Siege. That's it.
Now, you know what? Some of the situations in Rainbow Six look like some real like training that I used to do, like sticks training for the military. I was like, man, that looks serious, bro. Like they did some good stuff.
Okay, Noop, do you have any?
So, what the heck? All right, so anybody else with anything else?
Did you hear that? You know, the new Ghost 6 is gonna come with Ghost 6 Vegas one day.
Ghost Recon looks good.
Indeed, it does. And did the team go rogue?
Yeah, I heard that.
Negative.
I heard what Noop said, but it's a delay. It's like a huge delay. What you said? Because you spoke and then you didn't move your mouth and then you spoke. So.
Yeah, it's probably like bandwidth or something at this
probably.
point.
All right, so let me just finish up the fucking thing and we can.
Oh man,
lagging, yeah,
it's lagging.
All right, but for the people who can't hear me on stream. For the PSAs real quickly, if you guys haven't heard already, if you buy Killer Instinct for the PC, if you have already purchased it on the Xbox One, all the content will carries over instantaneously. You don't have to buy it all over again. You're good to go on that part. They're also doing that with Fallout 4. If you buy it on PC or, you know, on like consoles and stuff like that, you get to also mod the game. So for you modders out there that's on Steam or, you know, independent modders, you get to produce your content on the game. If you guys haven't heard about the controller, the Elite controller for the one, it's $150. If you got the money, get it. If not, don't give two fucks. Beta is coming up. Wow, and Alex is getting shown of the TC2000. If you guys haven't been aware of the Gears of War beta that's been out for since Tuesday, please get on that. Go to gearsofwar.com, sign up for the beta. Guys, pre-ordered the Street Fighter V game. They're having a beta a week after EVO 2015. You get to try out their new game in action. And for every other piece of information, just go to newgamingorder.com. I'm done.
All right, so thanks to the New Gaming Order staff. I know there's some folks noticeably missing, but we'll get you on the next show or different specials. Or actually, since we have so many staff members, we might add an extra podcast day, like maybe a Tuesday and Thursday, Team A and B, as you know, Nelson and Shinwar suggested. We're working on that. So with that, thank you for supporting. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to Black Dragon. I see you in the chat. You know, that's my buddy right there. And welcome, L Dragon. I can't say the rest of the name, but I don't want to mess it up. But shout out to Full Screen, our partner,
L Dragon
for
Senpai
helping us out. And we. Oh, okay, Senpai.
Yeah, that's not that hard, Alex. Come on now.
Anyway, so with that, rate, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on newgamingorder.com and leave your comments below on the director's cut. So you know, some feedback and your thoughts on anything we might not have covered that might have had some importance to you. So with that, we'll see you next week, same time, same channel. Peace.
Okay, and we're still live.
Oh, are we off?
No, we're off on the local recording. We're about to be off in a bit.
On the stream?
Yeah, I'm just making sure that we don't miss out any comments.
Yeah. Oh, El Dragon Senpai Beast is getting on me. My bad, man. I was just.
Alex discriminates against the Japanese. Don't feel a little too bad.
What the heck? Shut up. Unbelievable. But those of you checking out the director's cut, you know, you want to download it as an MP3 and play it in your car and, you know, do your thing. That's, you know. What? Yeah, I'm trying to get this on iTunes, and I'm you know, still work in progress. Once I have some good information, I'll put that out there. So with that, so I'm gonna log off, but I'll be back on Xbox Live in a minute. So for the rest of the folks, and Shinwar, once I'm done in the garage, then we can finish up Xenoverse.
I will be on
in the garage.
Yeah.
I'll be back on Xbox tomorrow, y'all. I gotta finish putting together this TV stand. So
No, when you gonna help us in Xenoverse, man? We're getting blown up.
Tomorrow, yo.
He said tomorrow.
He don't care. He don't care.
All
Yo,
right.
me and Shinwar got beat up by.
I'm like a level 18.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get beat up.
All right, guys. This concludes the director's cut of the podcast. Stay tuned. If there is going to be a stream, we will be mentioning it, and we will be hosting the channel that it will be streamed on. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next week, Thursday.